Well, how about a bit of a Bible chat today? I'm in my portable studio today, enjoying the breeze that's coming through this vehicle. Jesus said the most beautiful thing to all of humanity: peace I bring to you. Peace be with you. Now, why would he say something like that to us as humans? Well, because we are naturally very anxious people. We are anxious with so many things we cannot control, some things we can control. And it's so interesting how Jesus exercised his power of peace, even when the disciples were all anxious about the turmoil, when the storm came and the waters and wind were about to capsize their boat, and Jesus gets up and he says, "Peace, be still," and the water became like glass. And the disciples at that point, even though they were terrified at the storm, they were even more frightened at the capacity of who is this? Like Peter, one of Jesus' followers, one of his friends, one of his disciples, who are you that you control nature? And you say, "Peace, be still," and the water is like glass. If Jesus could only say that to each human that is anxious, and then that the human is just still, that would be wonderful, but that's not the way it is. There's an initiative on our part where we attach ourselves to this Jesus of the New Testament, and we, in a sense, have that peace in us because of him. Now, why, if that is the case, are so many Christians anxious? Because the reality is that the peace that is ours in Jesus, there's a lack of completeness in the sense of the end game has not been entirely put in place yet. We have peace with God. That's there. Even in our anxious moments, we have peace with God. But do we realize it in our emotions and in our thinking? Now, I am one who believes that when a person is anxious, and even to the point of being their depression, that there is counseling in place that often is very helpful, and also medication, prescription medication that can be very, very helpful in that. But that does not take away from the spiritual aspect of peace that the Jesus of history, the crucified Jesus, the resurrected Jesus, the powerful Jesus who stilled the waters when his disciples were in trouble, that Jesus can give you peace. Now, when the lack of peace is in place, there are certain things, I believe, it's a little bit like the Russian Proverbs, pray and row to shore. Jesus, when he was tempted by Satan, and let me just point out that Satan is an accuser of the brothers and sisters, the followers of Jesus. And if he can create anxiety in your life, and by that distract you from appreciating Jesus and appreciating his love and his care and his forgiveness and his eternal promises, he will do that. So there is a point in my Christian life that I've often just had to say, in my anxious moments and even in my areas of temptation, Satan, get behind me, exactly as Jesus did. And in fact, the Bible promises, if you reject the devil, he will flee from you. But it's also noticeable that the verse just before that and the message just before that message is one of submit to God first of all. In our submission to God, there is an authority in us to resist the devil and he will flee from us. That's a beautiful promise, and that has given me peace many times. Just a hint on how, if you do suffer from anxiety and suffer from a sense of depression at times, that's another tool that you could use. Not distracting from all the other professional tools that are in place. I would never want to do that, because I have people that I love and that are very close to me that are helped a lot by the science of antidepressants and those kinds of things. So just another help along the way for all of us. Hopefully this is helpful to someone. God bless you all, and may God's peace always be in your heart. Amen. Amen.